Hello everybody and welcome to JGod Gaming. In today's video I'm going to be talking about the VAPR XKG, which is an assault rifle in Black Ops 4. During the beta I think you unlock this at level 27, and all around it's actually a really good weapon. The main downside with it is that you can't run those AP rounds to counter those people running shields. But if you happen to get lucky enough where you run into a lobby where no one's running shields, you can actually run this class setup. As soon as someone has a shield, I'd probably swap out to another class setup with those AP rounds, because not much you can do to counter it other than to hit headshots, which can sometimes be a lot harder than it actually sounds. So for the class setup we're looking here is we are running an optic. You can really run whatever optic you're most comfortable with, because that's going to change depending on which person is actually running it, what their comfort level is. Maybe some people love the iron sights. Personally, I prefer having some kind of sight. The second attachment we're looking at here is rapid fire, which will just decrease the overall time to kill because they have a faster rate of fire. Faster mags allow you to reload quicker. Wish they had an extended mags option, because this gun would perform a little bit better in some of these situations, since people just tend to eat bullets, especially when they have shields on, right? So high caliber will be that thing that you can actually melt people if you hit them in the head. And then I'm running engineer, scavenger, and I was just kind of playing around with dead silent, even though ghost might be a better option. Just really depends. And then I have that comsec device just so I can get those streaks a little bit quicker. So pretty much I covered the best class setup in my opinion so far based off the way the beta sits. Unless they change some things up, this is pretty much the class I would run. If you are enjoying the video so far, remember to hit that like button. Make sure you do subscribe if you are new to the channel. Typically I cover Call of Duty news, in-game updates, best class setups like we're having today, as well as subscriber breakdowns and other types of content. If any of that sounds interesting, subscribe with those notifications on. What we're going to do is we're going to be playing team deathmatch, loading in, and then we're going to kind of show you a little bit of kind of my thought process. Obviously, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you run into anyone with a shield, you may encounter some issues. And the main reason for that is because obviously when you run into someone's shields, they're going to be able to eat bullets. They're going to have an extra 50 damage that you're just going to have to hit them a couple more times, which sometimes makes it a little bit unfair in some of these gunfights. They are talking about nerfing the shield next weekend, so we'll kind of see how the beta weekend changes things up. Obviously, this is from the first beta weekend. As I come around, I'm kind of peeking. I know that's a hot spot right there, where that top spot right there where the guy was. And I was even pre-aiming. I just got absolutely demolished. That guy just melted me so dang quick. So I'm thinking, oh man, I need to switch it up a little bit. Let's see what else I can do and see if I can reposition. Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure I can go on these little bit longer streaks. I'm only running the Recon for that map awareness. Like I said, I do have that comsec device, so I can actually make sure that, and you can see I shoot that out of there, so I can get those streaks cycling once I get a couple kills. And it doesn't take very long. As long as someone drops that ammo thing, you can actually pick that up. If Crash, whoever picks Crash, drops that down, you get your streaks so quick, because it's like you have hardline automatically, because you're going to get an extra 25 per kill, which adds up pretty quickly. And then if you get 25 per assist with the UAV up in the air, you go pretty good there. So that one was a really close call. I didn't realize this next guy was here. I run out, and that's where that 6th sense probably would have helped, that acoustic sensor, because I would actually heard the guy. Kind of hard to see what people are running right now, but obviously with the engineer going on, I can see that they got the barbed wire on that side. I'm just trying to choose my gunfights. Right here so far, I'm just kind of peeking out, and this is a strong sight line. It's very hard for people to hit you unless they're just sniping, and you'll see I do end up probably getting sniped from that spot. But right here you can see the ability to melt with this gun. The range is still pretty good. The guy is just shooting and shooting, and I try to get something in. He ends up finishing off, my teammate ends up finishing the guy off. And right here, this is kind of a bad design on the map, because you can't get back up really unless the platform comes down. But then that means you're relying on someone to call the platform down and up, so it's kind of a bad design. So I put this up there at the top, and that's one of the things you want to be aware of when you actually run Recon. You want to place that strategically, so it's a lot harder to shoot, so you actually get the map awareness where you need it. My teammate ends up taking this guy out. He ends up falling down, and then I'm trying to get closer to the other side, and it looks like the spawns have already flipped, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the spawns are pretty bad in this game. They still need to work some details out. I don't know how they could do Call of Duty for like 15 years or whatever and still not have the spawns. But they're absolutely melted the guy. I mean, we were in a good engagement there. They almost killed me, and then the guy ends up finishing off, because I actually laid hit markers into both. And I know that that little barbed wire is there, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe I need to flank around, because I don't have the acoustic sensor on. I don't know where the guy is. I melt that guy, end up being in a bad position here. Get out of there. The guy, I have 2 health. What are the odds I survived that? And the guy is so unconfident, he doesn't even push. So I end up deciding to call in that Recon UAV and then make sure that I get out position, and then I take the guy out. And a lot of these gunfights, it ends up being really close health, because either the guys, I'm just hitting him in the body, I'm not aiming for the head as accurately. So that's one of the challenges with this weapon. It does absolutely melt, like you can see right there, especially when you line up the shots, you get a good aim. And I'm shooting the back because I need that experience or that score to get me to the next streak. But it takes a lot of ammo to destroy this barbed wire. They're going to be nerfing and rebalancing stuff. Like I said, they came out with some notes saying that, hey, yeah, we're going to nerf this and that. Right now, I'm just kind of covering the flank. Team deathmatch, there's no particular objective other than to kill, and I'm just kind of waiting out this sight line because I know that there's another guy there based off the Recon pass or the UAV pass, and then absolutely just melts him off the head glitch. The guy only hits me once. I take 24 damage, so I'm still a pretty good situation. And then I put the little sensor dart there because I know they keep spawning on this side. I'm thinking, okay, wait, let me wait for him. I'm in a position. I can just wait and see what they're going to do. It looks like he's getting closer and closer, and then all of a sudden, real easy, insta-melt. So right here, all I'm doing is calling in my UAV to get that map awareness and kind of really positioning myself in a way that I can actually come around for a flank. I do decide to peek out here just because the angle that they're at, they're all distracted by my teammate. I think I can land a couple shots, take that guy out, take the other guy out. And I see another one positioned because I have my little advanced sensor right here. I can't remember the name of it right now off the top of my head, but as I come through, I shoot that guy, I get the pulse enemy, and my teammates start going off. Hopefully they'll go off at least, right? With the little pulse going off, it's saying pulse enemy. Every time I pulse those enemies, you get tons of score, which allows you to cycle through your score streaks again. So I'm already almost to that next UAV, which will allow me to get a little bit more map awareness. Right there, the guy throws those nades, and you gotta wait for the second cluster to go off. And right here, I'm just reading that mini map. You can see the guy when the UAV passes, he's right there. So I just reposition, easily melt him. He wasn't really ready for it. Got that merciless streak already going. Then I come around the corner, try to help out my team. That team killing, I caused 96 damage. So that means I probably hit around 3 bullets. And right here, I know the other guy's kind of flanking around. And then now I'm end up in a position where I know they're coming out, and I'm just, okay, I need to pick up another gun, especially since I wasn't running scavenger or crash. I'm actually ran out of ammo completely, so I did need to pick up another gun. So right here, I'm just kind of waiting it out. I don't actually even know what this gun has or how the heck I should use it because I'm thinking, oh man, and then I actually get just obliterated. My teammate's waiting there. He could have gone for the easy pinch, but he just waits and waits until I die. And we're actually outnumbered here, but we're actually just outslaying them ridiculous amount. I put that to kind of cover that back section in case they want to come around here. Either way, they're going to have to pass through that little thing. My teammate doesn't even heal himself up. And I kind of get in there, try and get a couple bullets in, and then just reposition. Because a lot of times, once you already know the gunfight's lost, they kind of have a good head glitch. They're kind of sighted in. They know exactly where you are. You got to kind of reposition and try to go for another flank. That's what I try and do here. And I lose that gunfight because the guy has armor. He absolutely just melts me. But on top of that, he took an extra damage right there. So he didn't end up getting demolished like I would wanted to, but that's just kind of how the game goes, especially with this gun. It is limited, and look at how many clips you need for this thing. I need to actually unload 2 separate clips to destroy it. What was it, 35 plus 20? That's almost 2.5 clips, or a little bit over, and that's a little too much for barbed wire for me to be able to go through it. It should be 1 entire clip at probably the most, and that'll allow you to clean it up, get through it, because if you're just unloading clips, then you run out of ammo even quicker. So you're like almost guaranteed you have to run with the guy who runs crash, and if someone doesn't do that, you're limited. And then if you do not have scavenger, then you're kind of in a bad position too. Look at that guy, had body armor again, ends up killing me, and that's the gunfight you end up losing, is when they have body armor, you end up in a bad situation. And that's the downside with running this gun, because it doesn't have those AP rounds. If you do come up against people, they better be bad, because otherwise you're going to lose gunfights just because they get an extra 2 shots to kill, which in reality puts you at a huge disadvantage, because the time to kill 2 bullets is like an extra 100 milliseconds easy. This was pretty much the tail end of the video. If you did enjoy it in any way, do remember to hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are enjoying the content or do enjoy the content at all. And then make sure you got those notifications on so you don't miss out on future videos. Obviously next weekend we'll have a brand new beta, so we'll kind of see how that plays out and see what adjustments they make, and we'll kind of see how some of these classes change up. For the most part, I don't see them changing unless they allow us to have AP rounds on every gun, or they just nerf shields so badly that it just kind of makes it awful and then no one uses it. That's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys liked it. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.